indigestion from eating too much sweet rice. And the devotees couldn't figure it out. Like, this is crazy. But 2 doctors are saying, and Raghunath Das Goswami, who could remember having been in the pastime and what happened, he just smiled and didn't say anything. Then there's another interesting little pastime. You know, that there's Srimati Radharani, she's the leader of the gopis, of all the gopis, and the topmost devotee. But in the course of the pastimes, she has a competitor who's called Chandravali, who is trying, there's a competition, who will get Krishna's attention. And, pretty much always it's Radharani, but occasionally Chandravali. Krishna gives some mercy, and so she becomes more prominent for just a little while. So Chandravali, Radhakund, Shamakund, particularly Radhakund, that is the area of Radharani. But Chandravali has an area at Govardhan Hill. Radhakund, Shamakund are at one end of Govardhan Hill. So she has a place, it's called Sakistali. And if you know Govardhan Hill a bit, then you know where Govardhan town is. And it crosses the hill. On the other side of the hill, sort of, what would you say, northern or western side of the hill, the Parikrama path goes around, we start at Manasi, going to go around with our right side to the hill, then we go around and come up on the other side. So on that other side is this place called Sakistali. So, which is the place of Chandravali and her associates. So one day, Raghunath Das Goswami's assistant, Raghunath Das, if he ate, all he ate was a cup of buttermilk. That's it. Full stop. That's all he would eat if he ate. But now this devotee, his assistant, got this super duper leaf cup, this big leaf cup, which held extra, double the amount of buttermilk. And he gave this to Raghunath Das Goswami. And, here, look, here's some buttermilk. Look, I got this special leaf cup and, some extra buttermilk for you. And Raghunath Das took this leaf cup and looked at it and said, "Where did you get this cup from?" And the assistant said, "From Sakistali, the place of Chandravali, who's the competitor, competing with Radharani, trying to get Krishna's attention rather than just letting Radharani have his attention." So Raghunath Das, when he heard that, he just took that big leaf cup of buttermilk and just threw it on the ground. Just threw it and rejected it. Because he said, "I will not take anything from Chandravali." So that happened there. And finally, devotees. We mentioned how Raghunath Das Goswami had a practice of offering every day 1,000 dandavats to deities and 2,000 dandavats to different devotees. So Yeah, but now he's getting old, because he lived to be elderly, really very elderly. I mean, I don't know exactly, but maybe 90 years or something along those lines. And when he was really elderly, because he was hardly eating, and some days he wouldn't eat, and if he did eat, it was just a small cup of buttermilk. So he was very frail in his old age. But he continued with his program of offering obeisances. So one day, small group of devotees, like 3 or 4 devotees, something like that, they're on parikrama together, going around, visiting the different pastime places around Radhakund and Shyamakund. What are you going to do now? Jackknife? Yeah, there's jackknife, and then there's lazy man's obeisances. Yeah, sort of like this. Anyway, so these devotees are going around visiting the different places, and there were a few temples here and there around Radhakund and Shyamakund. And they came to this one temple, and there was Raghunath Das Goswami on the ground, like prostrated on the ground. He's offering obeisances, dandavats, to the deities on the altar. So these devotees, they bowed down and they offered their obeisances, then they got up. And they saw Raghunath Das Goswami is still on the ground. What's going on? Then they understood, because he's so old and frail, he can't get up. He can't get up. So they picked him up and sort of dusted him off a bit. And he thanked them very much for helping. And they said, you're very old now, and your body is not strong at all. It's very difficult for you to get up when you offer full dandavats on the ground. So, you don't need to do that any longer. Krishna understands. Just stand there in front of the altars and just, go like this. You don't have to prostrate yourself on the ground. And Raghunath Das said, that's a very good idea. Thank you so much. That's a wonderful suggestion. Thank you for helping me. The next day, the same group of devotees was going around, and they came to the same temple, and they went in, and what did they see? Raghunath Das Goswami was just prostrated on the ground. So they bowed down, offered obeisances, stood up, and they just left him, because they felt, this is what he wants to do, so let him do it. We won't interfere with him. So Raghunath Das Goswami, what a special devotee. Really amazing devotee. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Srila Raghunath Das Goswami King.
Jai.
6 Goswamis of Vrndavan King.
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada King.
Jai.
Panchatattva King.
Jai.
Go Premanande.